and things that they're doing with film and that and the world of filmmaking, behind the scenes stuff. There's a thing called the Sci-Tech Awards for the Academy of Motion Picture Arts, the Oscars. They do a Sci-Tech Awards, which is not broadcast like the regular Oscars. And they have a lot of different awards for development in science and technology.
Shut the fuck
cinema.
up. No, they don't.
They do.
Why do I ever hear of this?
Because it's like a really long ceremony that they have. They talk about it at the Oscars too. They're like, we have.
Is it at the Oscars or is it like a separate ceremony?
It's a separate ceremony.
What
and they
the
do
fuck?
it before they do the Oscars. They talk about it too at the Oscars. Sometimes they'll be like,
I want one of those
people-
awards. Tell me more about this one.
So yeah, that's a thing that they do, and you can probably look that up and see who won the Sci-Tech Awards and what's going on with the innovation and technology and sciences of film. They do it before the Oscars, and they have it's kind of a similar thing. They give awards to people who are innovating and things like that, and that might have been something that they had talked about, because that sounds like it would have won those.
I did not even know that.
One of those awards.
No shit. Probably. I mean, also fun fact. I haven't even have to research this one, but I'm almost certain this is true. Star Wars in all of its entirety, filmography, if you will, has been nominated basically in every category.
Yeah, it's a.
Can you imagine being George Lucas, and you probably had to work his fucking ass off? We're talking like 100-hour weeks. But, he did 3 films super hard. Mm-hmm. And in those 3 films, pretty much retired for the rest of his life. Could you do it, Omar? Could you work 3 productions?
He's done a lot more films than just the Star Wars films.
Okay, tell me another film he did.
Don't
say Indiana Jones.
His first film was American Graffiti.
Okay. Is that the one with Scorsese? No, that's not Scorsese. American Graffiti. Which one am I thinking? That's Mean Streets. Sorry.
Yeah. So that was like his first film, and he did that Howard the Duck movie.
He did Howard Duck.
Yeah. He's done a couple other films.
And he's a huge contributor to USC Film School. So shout out, Mr. Lucas, and your new Star Wars museum. Much respect, much love. Can't wait to visit it. Omar A. Torres, do you want to maybe go ahead and pitch your resume in?
Check me out.
But, I mean, basically on those pinnacle 3 films, 4, 5, and 6, and all the writing I'm sure you had to do before, during, and after that built the whole universe, established a $1 billion empire internationally.
Yeah. And for those of you who are fans of Spaceballs, George Lucas actually worked with Mel Brooks to help with the parody of it. And they actually used in Spaceballs some actual footage that they did for Star Wars.
That's pretty cool. That was nice.
That they never used in the film. But George Lucas was a collaborator for all of Spaceballs, pretty much. And so that was an interesting side fact that I heard.
So, speaking of side quests, do you appreciate 1, 2, 3 era, 4, 5, 6 era, or the next gen era, which is 7, 8, spin-offs that are soon to become the Disney era, basically? Which
do I like more?
Yeah, which generation of Star Wars, or is it all just animation stuff that you like?
It's hard to say which I like better. I'll tell you why I like each one. And while some people, as I've said, discredit 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, they move with a pace that's like it's very of its time. Because at that earlier in the 80s, 90s era, films pace was much slower. And it was like things had the opportunity to expand and grow. And if you look at it, it's like, what were they trying to accomplish in this film? Okay, so 4 was establishing characters, blowing up the Death Star. Mm-hmm. And it's like they had all this stuff going on that was like they took their time with, and you could watch it, and it was,
and ended up being a fucking spinoff in Rogue One. I wonder if we'll see a spinoff for every episode now.
Right.
Every little micro story.
And then if you look at 1, what were they trying to accomplish in 1? Now they're establishing new characters.
Yeah.
They're
background.
Yeah, going through background of this of the 2 different sides of the war. They're going through why they're in the war. They're going through the now they got to meet the kid. Now they have to create a plot here where the kid somehow goes to
and he's supposed to be like a Jesus figure, right? Because he has no father. He was just like immaculately concepted from the mitochondria.
Yeah, his mother was like a virgin birth or something.
My mom was a virgin too. And then, things happen.
Yeah. Then I came out. But yeah, so it moves at a much quicker pace. There's more things going on. And then you look at 7, and they tried to take more of the feel of 4 through 6 and with the pace of 1 through 3. And people liked that, and it worked. And they brought in, a female lead, and
I think that was a very good idea.
Yeah, so they made it more to the times.
They also killed Han Solo.
Yeah, and made a really emo Sith
emo
Lord. But he's not now. They're not the Sith. What was it?
He still goes by was it Lord or Darth?
He still goes by.
Was it Lord Ren, Darth Ren, or it's Kylo Ren? But I forgot what his Sith name
like
is.
That. But now they're not the Sith. Now they're something else. I don't remember.
They still got red lightsabers.
Yeah.
So, Republicans, right?
But.
So do you think, I mean, it just, like you said, in reality, the parallels here are so many that it's like, you can't even capture it all. But to me, it feels like a political drama. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you have the Senate, the Republic, the Empire. And I felt like they were trying to capture like some of the modern times that we see, whether it's a very high-powered nation, like the U.S., like the UK, like the Russias, the Chinas, or it can even be a developing nation. It's one of those things that kind of adapts to the situation you're in. You're able to see, oh yeah, those are definitely the bad motherfuckers. And me, I'm the Jedi trying to bring peace and order.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it seems like they run at it from different sides and different perspectives, and it looks, they present it in a way where, for the most part, it looks like there's one right thing. But they could have easily switched it around and made it more
from the Darth
broad
perspective.
Yeah, because if you look at what they were trying to accomplish, and you look at how they accomplished it. Now, we look at the Emperor, Senator Palpatine, Chancellor Palpatine, or whatever. We look at him and we say, oh yeah, he was definitely bad because he was manipulating this, and that to get what he wanted. But everybody else was manipulating situations as well.
Democrats don't manipulate.
Everybody manipulates situations. I mean, that's
I voted
how
for Hillary.
Politics works.
So you can't blame me.
No, but here's the thing. If you look at the primary races for this past election,
I actually wanted Bernie. If we're going to take it there,
I'm just saying, look at how the situation was manipulated. Because, we want Hillary to win the presidency, but did we want Hillary to win the primary? Some people did, some people didn't.
Yeah.
And I personally believe that the Democratic Party wanted Hillary to win. So they manipulated the situation a little bit to get Bernie and his supporters out of the way to get Hillary elected. And
because we would have had free college like a motherfucker. That's what it was all about. It was all about legalization of that damn cannabis and motherfucking free college.
Yeah. So now, I mean, you can vote for whoever you want, but if you look at the situation, you can see there's clear signs of maybe we didn't want this person, so we're trying to get it to this person. And that's what Senator Palpatine did. He came in, he manipulated the situation, got Jar Jar Binks, who was acting head of...
Forgot about that motherfucker.
Yeah. To say, hey, this guy needs to be granted basically executive power of
I
everything.
do not trust that simple jack motherfucker with my goddamn politics. How is that you know what?
Yeah.
I feel like that who would there's like this popular short that somebody put together talking about how Jar Jar was behind the whole Sith.
How Jar Jar is the real Sith Lord
Jesus,
and whatever. He's behind it all.
I feel like he just represents the whole, just cross-eyed, inbred America that people just hate, and it's like, you motherfuckers is the one that put us
manipulated.
Here. Yes, the weak-minded individuals in power.
Exactly. And so, I mean, there's
God.
If you look at the films as a whole, that's essentially what it is. It's a power struggle. It's a struggle between what this person thinks is right versus what this person thinks is right, and how they're going to go through different ways to get what they want. And the Jedi they focus a lot on the Jedi, and those are our main characters, but they're supporting a specific regime, and they're trying to continue that regime and assist it in any way they can because they believe as a group that's where the future should be headed. But is that right? I mean, to them, yeah. But to the Sith, well, they're using their power to try and manipulate us. So why are we going to be manipulated by them?
So here's an interesting side quest. I don't know if it's part of the cinematic universe yet, but I'd love to see this one come to fruition. Mm-hmm. You might be familiar, those gamers among us, of which I'm sure there are many, myself included, who doesn't like to play with their hands all day when they're not playing with anything else. The Force Unleashed. Star Killer. Yeah. Who turns out, spoiler alert, to be a clone in part 2, and may have always even been a clone since the original. Mm-hmm. He is very similar to the Anakin prototype, might even be a clone of Anakin himself, and full of mitochondria. He has 2 fucking lightsabers. You played the game, yes?
I know the story of the game. I never played the game.
Get the hell out of my goddamn podcast. So he's a badass motherfucking Jedi who walks the line between Sith and Jedi. He's not sure what he is. He just has a bunch of powers, and he's like facing all these adversities in the game, and he's just like trying to get through them. And ends up finding out all this deep shit by Vader because he's supposed to be an apprentice, and before he was just called the Apprentice. And he goes through all these trials and tribulations, and he kind of walks the line of, what is right and wrong.
Right.
And he's not sure, and we're still not sure. He just has a bunch of badass powers. But it'd be interesting to see how, if and when he gets inserted into the Star Wars universe, what side does he fall? And is it just a one singular person, or is he one of many clones? And do they all think the same, like Boba Fett and his the Clone Wars?
Right.
Or is this a new iteration that they're all more individual? And unlike Boba Fett and his clones, they were more or less just drones with guns.
Right.
These are like an intellectual breed of superhumans that could really fuck shit up and bring instability to any side, or perhaps a whole new regime of power.
Yeah. And
collapse even themselves. So, like, he pulled a fucking, what are the big ass galactic cruisers and shit? Like, he pulled that shit, like, out of the air. This motherfucker's bad, dog.
Right.
So, with that level of power, as Uncle Ben would say, comes great responsibility.
Right.
Also, as Obi Ben would say. Where would somebody like that fit in reality?
I mean, it depends, because it's like, if he's a true Jedi...
Whoa, he's...
Well, yeah, no, I know he was walking the line. But if he's a true Jedi, he's looking at himself saying, I'm not supposed to have this feeling, I'm not supposed to have that feeling. I need to put all that away somewhere deep and leave it and do the right thing. If he's a Sith, he's like, I'm struggling with this, and in order to not struggle with this anymore, I need to embrace my feeling. So it's one or the other. And if he's walking the line, then he's Boba Fett. He's a mercenary.
But he's a freelancer. He's pretty much just hopping in and out of sets like he fucking wants and just fuck shit up.
And I mean, the Jedi Council is not going to take him if he's doing that. The Sith Lords are not going to rely on him. So they're both going to try and kill him. So why is